Say, think Victoria Wood, young Victoria Wood. There's a kind of a bonkers craziness to this girl, which I know that you're going to enjoy. Would you please make her feel extraordinarily welcome? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you Sansha.
Thank you. So yeah, my name's Sansha. I'm a singer. Oh, that's not my actual name. I don't really look like I should be called Sansha. But it's the name that my mum wanted to call me before I was born, but she was too scared. But I like to explain it because people get like, oh, my forgot somebody. People seem to get annoyed sometimes. Like this girl came up to me at a party, like, "Why is your name Sansha?" I was like, "Well, I'll tell you if you unscrew your face." Got out a corkscrew and unscrewed her face, and then I told her. Oh, my real name is Francesca. Yeah. What's your real name? I want to know what your name is. Oh no, really? Oh, that's even better. I like that name. That's a good name. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. Okay, so the first song I'm going to play is called "There's a Reason," and it wasn't supposed to be a song. It was something I found by accident on my phone. So like when I get drunk, I write things on my iPhone, and I was like clearing up storage. So I was like scrolling through, and then what I read was so bad, actually made me jump. I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And it was all the possible reasons why someone hadn't given me his number yet. That I'd written down, like, why isn't it happening? It's getting across. And I wrote it into a song. So this is what it sounds like. There's a reason why I haven't got your number yet. Is it my clothes, the hole in my nose? Do I talk too much about my pets? Do you hate the way I twist my hair? Does it bother you? Do you really care that you're green and I'm Labour and we might like different ice cream flavours? There's a reason. Must be a reason. There's a reason. Must be a reason. There's a reason why we only talk for 5 minutes at a time. You always cut it fine when I'm talking to you. Am I that intense? Do you want to be in the past and not the present tense when I'm talking to you? 'Cause you're smiling while I'm whining. Maybe this is all just fine timing, but you're there and I'm here and all I want to do is lick your ear. What? There's a reason. Must be a reason. There's a reason. Must be a reason. Thank you. I've written a list of all the songs I was going to do on my phone, and then I did it in the wrong order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like a bit like dot to dot, but then there's no 2. So, but I'll do the song I want to do next, which is about this guy who kept trying to meet up with him, but then like weird things would happen. Like I'd be like, "Oh, so you coming to my house tonight?" I'd be like, "Yeah." So I'd like this time I hoovered my floor, and I never hoover my floor. And then he was like, "Oh, I forgot to like bathe my dog." So I'd be like, "Oh Christ, I've got a clean floor for no reason." So I'd like spill some hula hoops so that I don't have a clean floor for no reason. And then like another time, I put makeup on because I thought we were going somewhere, and I was like watching the TV, and then it got to 11:30 and I still had makeup on watching the TV. And then my sister was like, "Why have you got makeup on just to watch the TV?" And I was like, "Why not?" And then I'm a woman, aren't I? And then she was like, "Have you been stood up?" And I was like, "Yep." But I didn't want to admit that I was being flaked, so I pretended that this guy was like this really shy character who was like really scared of leaving the house. He'd like, never seen the blue sky, never seen the green grass or any worms. And but it's not true. But it made me feel better. I made up this song, and I'm really glad I never played it. I'm really glad I never played it to him because I feel like if he heard it, that I'd get like a call from social services, like, "Oh, unknown number." Oh, social services. I've been grounded. This is called "Don't Smoke Weed on Your Own." Don't smoke weed on your own. I could help you out, finish off your joint. Don't be scared of picking up the phone. I'll make all the chat. You can just relax if you're nervous. You don't need to be shy. Open up your eyes. I am just a leap away from 7 years ago. Nothing you don't know, just another smile line. 'Cause I know that you're an introvert, but if you open the front door, won't hurt, you'll find sunshine. Keep me in mind. Don't play games on Larry. I could be your Harry. I might even win at FIFA. Don't wanna fuck you up or even have a fuck. Even if I did, would that be bad? Please don't be freaked out. I'm not gonna shout anything from any rooftop. I'm not a psycho. If you really wanna know, check my mental health records. 'Cause I know that you're an introvert, but if you open the front door, won't hurt, you'll find sunshine. Keep me in mind and don't smoke weed on your own, 'cause it's unsociable. Don't smoke weed on your own, 'cause it's unsociable. Thank you. I didn't mean to say fuck twice, that was the wrong word. I'm sorry. I'm going to sit down now. So the next song I'm going to sing is also a rap, don't get scared. But it's about this guy I knew who was really arrogant, and I didn't know where his arrogance came from. But then one day I met his mum, and and she was one of those people who, like, their eye contact was so hard. It wasn't just that she was like staring into my soul. I felt like it would do something to my organs. Like, I looked at her and I knew my period had started earlier than it should have. And I met her and I go, oh, your son's very nice. And then she goes, he's the apple of my eye. I was like, oh, that's where it comes from. And then I wrote a song called Mummy Issues. Okay. It's being naughty. You're still in your mother's womb, I'm sure you're still pissing the bath to make it warmer, and cut off all the crusts off your sandwiches. Go to a McDonald's, buy a fruit tiz. I'm surprised you go alone to the loo, without your mum there to wipe it for you. Does your back sometimes hurt cause your mum hasn't scratched it? Can you get in your house code without your mum there to crack it? Reality is up, without your mum you're fucked. Without your mum you're fucked. Reality is up, without your mum you're fucked. Without your mum you're fucked. Without your mum you wouldn't have anything. I bet you'll do a proposal with a Haribo ring, while all the time thinking you've winged it, cause your mum's conditioned you to think it. And maybe you'll find the best girl in the world, and you'll pass on her mum's set of passed down pearls. Then she'll learn to suck up to you, and you'll all suck each other off until you hit 62, when your dick is dry and you lost all your wit, and your mum's not there to compliment it. Your wife has realised that you're a bit of a cunt. Without your mum you're fucked. Reality is up, without your mum you're fucked. Without your mum you're fucked. Reality is up. Without your mum, you're fucked. Without your mum, you're fucked. That's the end. Thanks. Oh, okay. So the next song, there it is. The next song is called Daytime TV. I started watching this feels like I'm talking about an addiction, but it wasn't. Maybe it is. But I started watching a lot of daytime TV in around November. It started. I just came back from uni, and I realised I wasn't very happy with my life because there's this delivery man that comes to my door because my mum orders a lot of clothes. Sorry, Dad. And she does. He comes to the door, and I'm always in my pyjamas, and it's always like 4 PM, and I always look unclean. And he's like, "Oh, you students, you're never dressed." And I was like, "Yeah, the degree's going really well." I didn't want to tell him that I've left uni and I'm really unemployed. And so I'd always just like watch daytime TV and like have a really bad sleeping pattern. When I was on the phone to my sister, who's like 25, and I'm like, "What's going on? Like, why is my life going nowhere?" She's like, "It's just a rite of passage." And I'm like, "How long is this passage going to last?" And she's like, "Just get up earlier." I was like, "Okay." So this is called Daytime TV. Oh. This isn't okay anymore. I should have a better job and not be answering the door in my pyjamas. Pop's probably gonna fire me, and when I look behind me, I'm still watching daytime TV. This isn't okay anymore. I should have a better job and not be answering the door in my pyjamas. Pop's probably gonna fire me, and when I look behind me, I'm still watching daytime TV. This stage is pretty gross, I feel like I feel it the most. All my friends are making money, I'm just making toast. Always awake at night. My sister's right. Need to wake up early just to feel like I'm alive. She says this is a rite of passage, feeling like I've got no place. Living at home again, this old space. Photos of me everywhere, with a different face. I'm a child again, but growing up I want Coke, but I've got 7-Up. This isn't okay anymore. I should have a better job and not be answering the door in my pyjamas. Pop's probably gonna fire me, and when I look behind me, I'm still watching daytime TV. This isn't okay anymore. I should have a better job and not be answering the door in my pyjamas. Pop's probably gonna fire me, and when I look behind me, I'm still watching daytime TV. Roll out of bed, switch on ITV this morning. How did I let my life become this boring? I'm wobbling around in life with no purpose, you see. After this morning I'll watch Come Dine With Me. My mum is pretty hopeful it will be alright within a year, but every time I'm getting a rejection it's another tear. All the people I email end up ignoring me. All I seem to do is watch daytime TV. This isn't okay anymore. I should have a better job and not be answering the door in my pyjamas. Pop's probably gonna fire me, and when I look behind me, I'm still watching daytime TV. quickest I've ever taken off a jumper. My next song is called number 5. Number 4 is called The Other Woman. I don't really explain this because it feels a bit Nickelodeon. My mind is obsessive, always on a roll. Since I got the message, it's taking its toll on me. Don't wanna be the other woman, not been there before. The mystery in the linen, the hair tie on the floor, the lie, the lie. I thought we would take it slow, but you're banging someone else, so I think you gotta go. I thought we were in the know, but the secret's not enough, so I think you gotta go. You're always on my mind, and I'm never on yours. That's why I'm drawing the blinds and closing the doors to leave. 'Cause I am the other woman, and it's not for me. I'm the mystery at a party, the glare on the streets, the streets, the streets. I thought we would take it slow, but you're banging someone else, so I think you gotta go. I thought we were in the know, but the secret's not enough, so I think you gotta go. Thank you. Thanks. Just gonna move this up. Sorry. Okay, and I've got 2 more songs now. Yeah. Oh, I've got loads of time. Oh. Oh. My keyboard isn't working. This always happens, but it's fine because I've got the full back. Okay, so this is a song called The Boy Never Left You Behind. And it's about this time at uni when, so basically in my second year of university, I had a room, and then my window outlooked another house whose window, there was loads of windows in their house, and one of them outlooked my window. And I came out the shower and like dropped my towel. I looked out the window, and there was like a silhouette of someone smoking watching me. So I freaked out, and then but then the next day I did the same, and he wasn't there, and I was like, oh, what? I was like, not mean anything to you. So I think I realised that I kind of enjoyed it, even though it freaked me out a bit. And I was doing a music therapy module at the time at uni, so I was reading a lot of like cases of like the crazy stuff. Like one woman had an eating disorder, so they got her to do like a guided walk in a pretend wood, and then got her to talk to a piece of bread to get her to stop eating like white bread and stuff. I tried it. It's really hard to stop eating bread just by talking to bread. But so I was quite into this like psychology thing. So I was like, I wonder what I'd say about him or her, but if I did a logbook about him, and I'd be like, I think the boy inside him that wants to look at cars in the window never left him. So that's why it's called The Boy Never Left You Behind. But I think really it just got deep about something that never would have happened if I just didn't leave my curtains open. No, never mind. It's not really working. Got out the shower, put on my top, turned around, and to my shock, you were staring out your window. That's not acceptable, you know. By the time you put your cigarette out, it was too late for me to shout anything that could retain my dignity. That got lost when your eyes saw my body. But there I was, stuck to the ground. You slipped out without a sound, disappeared into your house, which is just different colours to me. Your bathroom is blue, and you're just a silhouette. But you've seen the lines that make shapes on my chest, and that will never change. And if I met your wife, then I would tell her your husband needs to watch porn on his computer. And if you have a look inside, you'll find the boy never left you behind, never left you behind. Funny thing is, it didn't upset me. Part of me hopes you roll another ciggy and make your way to that front seat where my hair is wet from the shower and I feel the power. All eyes on me, even if the eyes are a bit creepy. But I've always wanted to be a dancer. Now here's my chance to show I can be admired without clothes. There we go, I've said it, I like the risk. I'll leave my curtains open for your abyss. I'll drill my life a peephole for two. I'll save a slice. If I met your wife, then I would tell her your husband needs to watch porn on his computer. And if you have a look inside, you'll find the boy never left you behind, never left you behind. The boy never left you behind, never left you behind. Thank you. Thanks. So my last song is about, I wrote it when I just came back from a family holiday. The song's called A Good Time, but I kind of feel like I should have called it A Weird Time because I had a really weird time. So basically, like, it was supposed to be hot and it wasn't, which is obviously fine, but I'm spoilt. And like we all had to like socialise, but because it wasn't hot, and there's like 5 of us in my family, and we're not really like a games family. Like I don't know what normal families do when it's like bad weather. Like to know, like to play cards or like. Do they get skipping ropes out and play limbo or something? I don't know what you do. But we just had like all sorts of like indoor arguments, which was kind of fun. But also it wasn't just that. Like my cat had just died, and my cat was like my rock. We were like really close, we were like really best friends. And he was orange, so wherever he was in the room, it was like the sun was always there, even on a rainy day. And now there's like a ginger hole missing in my heart. And my sister did tell me the other day, like, I know that you fancied him. I was like, yeah. he was a stud. So obviously, look, you know, there's a love lost there. So he just died, and I think felt a bit weird. And me and my sister, like, we think we're like spies. Like, we think our conversations are really important. It's really annoying. So we were like in the bathroom having one of our spy meetings, and she was like, "Do you think we had a good time?" And I was like, "I don't know." No one cared what we thought anyway. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna make my keyboard work, then I'll play it. Yes. Okay. This is called A Good Time. Went on holiday for Dad's birthday. Thought we'd spend some time, but the mood had power as the weather turned sour. We felt left behind. Thought we found it hard to stop the heat, to stop the heat flame. 'Cause I don't remember waiting for the sun to rise. I'll be all on the brink, 'cause I can't help but think, did we really have a good time? Me and my brother fought every day. My sister tried hard to keep the peace at bay, but she didn't succeed, 'cause she drank too much rosé. Asked my parents to get more pets, but they said no, so I got upset, 'cause the last one died, and it really did make me cry. Thought we found it hard to stop the heat, flame. 'Cause I don't remember waiting for the sun to rise. I'll be all on the brink, 'cause I can't help but think, did we really have a good time? Did we really have a good time? I can't let you go, 'cause I am feeling low. Talking about my cat, obviously. Thought we found it hard to stop the heat, flame. 'Cause I don't remember waiting for the sun to rise. I'll be all on the brink, 'cause I can't help but think, did we really have a good time? Did we really have a good time? Thank you. Thanks. Thanks.
Darling girl, have you brought any CDs with you to sell?
I just thought I forgot.
Okay. Just as well your dad's here, jump in his E-Type Jag, race home, get it back, 5 minutes. No, it's not going to happen, no.
I don't have any.
Oh, you don't have any? Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. And I didn't actually hear what you had to say, but I kind of saw that you were going up to be rather encouraging or coaching.
Yeah,
or
I think there's a thing called the Music Comedy Awards that she should go in for, because she's good, she's got talent. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said so, because she thought she was just a musician. And I thought, I'm going to go around and tell people you've got a musician tonight, but you've also got a comedian. This was actually on the bill, that you are comedic and you are musical and you are the one and only Earl Okin. He's Earl has been here once before. I completely and utterly took me by surprise from the point of view that I had no idea what to expect, other than the fact that Mark Ryan had highly recommended. And anyway, and you've come back. So we obviously didn't treat you too badly the first time.
No.
Would you please make him feel very, very welcome, Mr. Earl Okin? Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if anybody's ever seen me perform before in any various. I mean, I've done the comedy club at Amersham, and yeah. Well, if you have. Oh God. I was young then. I did have a neck, didn't I, in those days? Well, if you've seen me in a comedy club, some of you will know that I'm known as musical genius and sex symbol. So perhaps, in case you've seen me in that side of things, I should begin by saying, hello, ladies. No, I am a bit of a sex symbol. It's nothing to be proud of. It's just, just lucky with my genetics. That's all it is. Actually, just recently, I have been having a bit of a problem with women. Yes, I know, nobody believes me, but it's perfectly true. What happens is they say, okay, Earl, you're very sexy. On stage, but what would it be like, if we wanted to meet you afterwards? Would you be the way we'd like to hope you might be, or would it be a little bit of a disappointment? Some of you are wondering. I know you are. Naturally, I need to reassure you right away. I find the best way of doing that, as some of you may already have divined, is in the form of a song, which by some strange coincidence is the very first one I have for you. So here it is. We have had a sound check, so it should be alright. But you can hear the guitar, right? Can't you? Yeah, you can. Pity. If you come into my room, put a smile on your lips. Come to my room, kinda loosen up your hips. Come to my room, baby. We're gonna have some fun. If you come into you'll hear that closing door once you're in. Feel those clothes slip to the floor. Come to my room, baby. We're gonna have some fun. 'Cause I'll put you under my spell, charm you out of your shell. Let's see how everything fits. Then I'll do everything you want and give you that shivery bits. Just come to my room. Make no plans to get away once you're in. Y'all wanna stay there every day. Come to my room, baby. We're gonna have some fun. Yes, I'm feeling horny tonight. Everybody. 'Cause I'll put you under my spell, charm you out of your shell. Let's see how everything fits. Then I'll do everything you want and give you the shivery bits. So sorry. My room. Make no plans to get away once you're in. You wanna stay there every day. Come to my room, baby. We're gonna have some. Yes, in my room, I think she wants me. We're gonna have us some fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I deserve it. Now, okay, let's revert to some proper music now. I'd like to sing you one of the great bossa novas from Antonio Carlos Jobim. Now, you have to do that when you're speaking Portuguese because it's impossible otherwise, unless you've got serious, nasal problems. But anyway, this is one of the great bossa novas, and I've had a lot of trouble with this recently because people keep telling me my diction is terrible when I sing it. I don't know. No, the thing is, my diction's not terrible. I am singing in foreign, okay? It's called... I'll have to do it, I haven't got time. It's called Caminhos Cruzados, and it is by Antonio Carlos Jobim, and it goes like this. I was having trouble with my D string. Quando o coração que está cansado de sofrer encontra um coração também cansado de sofrer, é tempo de se pensar que o amor pode de repente chegar. Quando existe alguém que tem saudade de outro alguém, e esse outro alguém não entender, desde este novo amor chegar, mesmo que depois seja imprescindível chorar, que tolo foi eu quem vai tentar raciocinar nas coisas do amor que ninguém pôde explicar. Vem nós dois, vamos tentar sou um novo amor. Pode a saudade apagar. Que tolo foi eu quem vai tentar raciocinar nas coisas do amor que ninguém pôde explicar. Vem nós dois, vamos tentar. Sou um novo amor, pode a saudade apagar. Incidentally, if you like that sort of music, there's a CD you can get of Jorge Roberto himself, the man who invented Bossa Nova. Sorry, Jorge Roberto. And it was made with Klaus Ogerman's arrangements with wonderful lush strings. And it's called Amoroso, and it's just fantastic. And that's where I got that song from. Well, there's a song I always do in every show that I do virtually. And it's quite historic now. It's how many years is it? What are we, 2017? So it's like 28 years till the wall, since the wall came down in Berlin. Can you believe it's that long ago? And it was a very happy time. You know, we've won. Hey, capitalism won, communism nil. We've won. Very happy. And it carried on like that for quite a long time till 2008. And now it's more sort of 1-1 now, isn't it, really? But let's take you back to that happier time. The wall had come down. There's a word going around at that time called glasnost. Do you remember that glasnost? Yeah. So I'm going to sing you a glasnost song. What is a glasnost song? Well, in my definition anyway, it is any song written in the USA, but glorifying, if you will, the old USSR, or indeed any part of it. Impossible, you're thinking. It couldn't happen. Yes, it did, several times. Some obscure song which I've never heard. Wrong again. Most, if not all of you, will have heard of this song, if not know it intimately. So it just remains, the question is, this place, was it in the USSR? And the answer is yes, it was. I've seen it on maps. So all that remains for me is to sing the song, and it goes remarkably like this. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song brings Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind each day. Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out to me. Other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find. Just an old sweet song brings Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me. Other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find. Just an old sweet song brings Georgia on my mind. And at this point, I should say, if any of you want to do horny things with your mouth, this again, you couldn't see over there. This is how I got the last note. That's because, ladies and gentlemen, I play by ear. Sorry I said that. I knew that was going to happen. I shouldn't have said it. I really should. No, I shouldn't. Well, look, that is the end of the first part of my set. The first part of my set. In the second part of my set, I shall be playing the keyboard. The keyboard. No, I'll be going back again later. Leave it all, yes. I shall return. Well, welcome back to the show, and I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you. Come rain or come shine. High as a mountain, deep as a river. Come rain or come shine. I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. You're gonna love me like nobody's loved me. Come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny, within and without of the money. I'll be with you always, come rain or come shine. Come rain or come shine. I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. You're gonna love me like nobody's loved me. Come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny, within and without of the money. I'll be with you always. Come rain or come shine. Come rain or come shine. Thank you. That was written by one of the great double acts of songwriting. We know about everybody from, I don't know, Rodgers and Hart to Rodgers and Hammerstein, even through to, I don't know, Goffin and King. I mean, there's lots of... People don't know this one. Johnny Mercer wrote the lyrics. He's one of the great lyricists in popular American, the Great American Songbook, maybe the greatest. Wonderful stuff. He's the one who wrote that My Mama Done Told Me song. He did wonderful song. And the person who wrote the music there, the actual song, was Harold Arlen, and he's mostly famous for writing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but he wrote at home as well. So. Anyway, and he wrote this one. This was a sort of genre of the 30s. This one. Now let me give you the film. This is a sort of Hollywood type scenario. Here's the story. The hero who we're supposed to feel for, he's rich and he's a bit thick, obviously, because it takes him all day to realize that his woman's left him. He's sort of he must have noticed a bit quiet around the flat, but no, he doesn't. No, and it takes him through to the evening. He thinks, well, she's not coming back, and it's now past midnight, and he wants to tell somebody. But he looks at his watch and it's really late. And where does he go? What can he do? Well, of course, this is America in the 30s when they could drink alcohol again. And unlike the UK, it only discovered about 10 years ago that World War I was over and that we'd won. And that therefore pubs could open past 11 again. But in America, they worked this out earlier. And so they had these, not pubs, but they had these bars that would open all night virtually. Well, certainly late anyway. So he thinks, I know, I'll go down to my bar. So the scene is in the bar. Imagine the cameras turn on, and it's American sort of underground sort of bar, And there's the barman there. You know he's the barman because two things. He's got the white jacket on, and in all these scenes, he's always sitting there the whole time, cleaning the same wine glass. It is the cleanest wine glass ever seen. It's just sparkling and shining. Surprised he hasn't worn away the glass, actually. So that's that. And so then the hero comes in, and he's usually wearing something like a sort of Bogart-type Mac, which he doesn't. He's too cool to do the belt up in the normal way. He just ties it, because that's the sort of guy he is. And he's got the snap-down brim trilby, and they usually spray a bit of water on it to show that he's come through the rain. I mean, they're really tugging on the heartstrings. And of course, he wants to share his troubles about his woman with the barman, right? And because, I should explain, because we're used to having the NHS. See, America hasn't got an NHS. And of course, as you know, psychiatrists are expensive, especially over there. And so if you didn't have too much money at the time, what you could do is you go down to your sort of bar and you tell your story to the barman, and he would sit there and listen and occasionally grunt, go, which is what psychiatrists do. And it's a lot cheaper, and it costs you a drink. So that's basically the situation. He's telling his story, and the barman's grunting occasionally. But of course, this being a musical, he has to tell his story in the song. There were various songs of this type. Now, in those days, there was almost an unwritten law that all these songs had first to be sung by Fred Astaire, and indeed, the very first version of this was on film, sung by Fred Astaire. But it got famous later, even more so, with a young newcomer, skinny young singer in those days called Frank Sinatra, did a version. So this is the song, and I'll do my best to recreate it. Well, it's 2:45. No one in the place except you and me. So set 'em up, Joe. There's a little story I'd like you to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode. So give me one for my baby, one more for the road. I got the routine. Won't you put a nickel in the machine? Feeling so bad, won't you make the music gloomy and sad? I could tell you a lot, but I've got to be true to my code. So give me one for my baby, one more for the road. Buddy, you don't know it, but I'm a kind of poet, and I got a lot of things to say. When I'm gloomy, you've gotta listen to me till it's all talked away. That's how it goes. Now, Joe, I know you're getting anxious to close. Thanks for the cheer. Hope you didn't mind my bending your ear. This torch that I've found got to be drowned or it's gonna explode. So give me one for my baby, one more for the road. The long, long road. Thing is, thank you. Thing, it's all very well, this rich bloke and his woman troubles. You know, I've always been supposed to feel sorry for this bloke. You know, millionaire, God only knows. And I've always been a bit of a socialist myself, I'm a bit of a Corbynista, you know, myself. And you ever wonder what the barman's thinking while all this is going on? See, we never hear what he's thinking. It's not. We don't, do we? Well, now it's 3:15. No one in the place except Ken and me. If it wasn't for Ken, I'd have been back home in bed before 10. The boss let him stay when he promised to pay back all that he owed. Now he wants one more for his baby, one more on their own. And I've had enough, 'cause Monday is the night I always have off. And I might have bet you do someone a favour. What do you get? The drunk of the year, who keeps swilling beer and can't hold his load. And he wants one more for his baby, one more on the round. He says his wife don't love him. She thinks she's far above him. She is not the only one. He says he's no tomorrow, drinks to drown his sorrow, and the night has just begun. Well, now it's 3:45. Now I see that Ken's thrown up on the floor. And if I know Ken, it won't be long before he throws up again. God, I hate this job. There's always some slob or a fat, greasy toad mumbling, one more for his baby, one more on the round. He flings his arms around me, says how pleased he is he's found me, then dribbles down my tie. He thinks he's Frank Sinatra, sounds more like Jean-Paul Sartre. Wish he'd go somewhere and die. Well, now it's 4:45. Why the hell am I still down in this dive? Well, we closed down at 3, see? Should have thrown him out, but he's bigger than me. And he's made it clear he means to stay here till the planets explode. And he's had 19 for his baby, 37 for the road. 20 for his baby now. 37 with their own. Yeah. Sunshine. Look, see that red thing up there? You know what that means? It means it's morning. Yeah. Don't you have a home to go to? I have. I'd like to see it one day. Oh, Jesus. Okay, now for the intellectual part of my show. Little talk about music. Some years ago, there was it's got decades now. Time goes by. There was a famous film that came out called The Sting. Do you remember The Sting? And it was a great film anyway, but it was also famous for its soundtrack. And after it came out, for 5 years after, no matter where you went, pubs, clubs, theatres, anywhere, any pianist who could, and sadly, quite a few couldn't, would be playing. so I'm not going to. But it was called Ragtime, that sort of music. It's Ragtime, that's called The Entertainer by Scott Joplin. Ragtime, and of course it was invented in America, or as we say, of course, in London, the colonies. Well, they made up another sort of piano music just after that, and nobody's made a film about it, so I thought I'd talk about it. And it's called Stride. And it's called Stride because your left hand does this, which is supposed to be like taking a stride with your hand, you see. Although it does work rather better if you do it actually on the keyboard. And then it sounds like this. It was invented for two reasons. First of all, in those days, people didn't like paying musicians. I know, who would have guessed? And the pianos they had in those were these great big uprights, but they were massive with great big sort of rococo carved bits on the and huge with long strings and everything. And also a lot of the pianists involved had huge hands. I mean, like you know, they weren't like Donald Trump at all. They were they were great big. They were like bananas. They were, and because of that, they could play what we call tenths easily. And I can just about reach a tenth. So imagine a great big piano which sounded really with a big bass sound. Imagine they're doing this. Very soon, the people who ran clubs and theatres realised that with a pianist like that, they didn't need to hire a bass player. So that was very good for them. But it was also quite useful for the pianists, this style, because a lot of them had to play in... I don't know how to put this. It's in Cheshire. It's quite posh. Well, they had to play in, centres of horizontal entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. And quite often in these centres of horizontal entertainment, people weren't listening for some reason. I don't know. And so the pianists soon discovered they could just do this. And people thought they were playing, but in fact they still had one hand free, see? Which is good, that's useful, because they could, have a drink with it maybe, or possibly shake hands with a young lady passing by, I don't know. Anyway, after a while when they'd had enough drinks, or they'd shake enough hands of young ladies passing by, or I don't know what else they're doing, but some of them went blind, so I don't know. But whatever it was, you could use both hands, and then the result was... But it's too difficult for me. So instead I'd like to do a bit of slow stride for you. This is written by my great hero, Edward Kennedy. That's Edward Kennedy Ellington. And he wrote this in 1928. During the 20s, there was this big thing called the Harlem Renaissance, when the rest of New York found out that all the black people in Harlem had a lot of talent. Who knew? And there were painters, and there were poets, and there were playwrights, but particularly there were these wonderful musical reviews. Some of the people in the chorus line became superstars later on. Adelaide Hall and so many great people. But of course the people playing the music in the band were brilliant as well. And one of these was the very young Duke Ellington later on. Now Duke had two, and he was obviously trying to contact me from beyond. He had two great loves in his life. One was, of course, music, and the other one were the aforementioned young ladies. And he discovered if you played the piano, there might well be one of the other, the young ladies standing at the end. So he began to sort of play for the young ladies. And sometimes, just to make things even better for himself, he would dedicate a piece of music he written to, like a portrait of this, young lady, in order to get her to come hither. But he was very clever because he never put their name on it. He would just tell them it's for them. But he had, because the thing is, if he put the name on it, it might queer his pitch with the next young lady he might meet next week, you see, which he didn't want to do. Well, one of the stars of the great musicals of the early 20s, which were up in Harlem, was a lady called Florence Mills, who was apparently absolutely fantastic talent coming out of her every orifice. And unfortunately, she never made any films or recordings, or there's rumours that this one exhibit. I've never seen any. I don't think anybody else has. So we'll never know. But she was obviously black, because these were all black musicals. And she was obviously beautiful, because usually stars tend to be. And so it wasn't a great deal of, what should we say, ingenuity required to call the portrait of her that Duke wrote Black Beauty. But this is it. And I'm not sure if it was written in 1927 or 28, I can't remember, and you don't care anyway. So let me try and see if I can play it. Well, if you go to my website, which is earlokin.net, don't go to the com one, that's an old one which nobody wants to go to. If you go to, there's various tabs at the top, and I've played something from the jazz and bossa nova section, and something from the comedy section. What I haven't done is anything from the songwriter section, and I've been writing songs, oh God, since the 60s, I suppose, and so I ought to do one of those. This is one I wrote, which people seem to like, called Yesterday's Wine. which is spelt without the H, in case you're wondering. And it goes like this. You're drinking yesterday's wine. You know that wine won't last too long. Stretch out a hand. We'll pour a new glass now. You're reading yesterday's news. You're gonna lose your grip on life. Stretch out a hand and turn a new page now. Draw the car, raise your glass. See the bubbles rise and shine, and I'll look in your eyes, and you in mine. Don't dream of yesterday's love. Yesterday's love could come again. Stretch out a hand. I know it's hard to do, 'cause I've been drinking yesterday's wine too. Draw the car, raise your glass. See the bubbles rise and shine, and I'll look in your eyes, and you in mine. Don't dream of yesterday's love. Yesterday's love could come again. Stretch out a hand. I know it's hard to do, 'cause I've been drinking yesterday's wine. Yes, I've been drinking yesterday's wine. Yes, I've been drinking yesterday's wine too. I've got to do this. And that's there. From there. Falls off there. Pick up guitar. So smooth, you will never even notice I'm moving. It's yay. How smooth was that? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may remember that I did a bossa nova in the first bit, and you will hear people refer to bossa nova as Latin jazz. It is neither Latin nor is it jazz. Certainly not jazz. It's a form of samba, and Brazilians get really pissy if you call it Latin. We are not Latin, we are Brazilian. Brazil is not Latin. That is the other countries where they speak Spanish we are not. We are Brazilian. There. So don't do that. However, if you take a Latin song and put it into Bossa Nova, it sounds really good. And the reason I've done this is because this is the Latin song that you've heard 100 times or 1,000 times, because every Latin band in the world will play this to prove to you how Latin they are. Even if they're not Latin, they've all got blonde streaks and they come from Essex. They will still play this song, and therefore you've heard it done really badly. Even the Beatles did a version of it once, I seem to remember. Not on the LPs, but elsewhere. I know I've heard them do it, and it was awful. But if you make it into a bossa nova, you realise what a beautiful song it is. So I'm going to try and do that now. How are we doing for time? You're okay. Bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Que tengo miedo perderte después. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Que tengo miedo perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirar tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Que tengo miedo perderte después. Yes, I had women outside fighting over the possibility of meeting me. I heard that. Did you hear that? Yes. It happens. If you're a sex symbol, just it happens. The thing is, now before I go any further, I know this is going out on the web, so there may be people watching, you never know, who actually want to see me live. In which case, I can tell you that exactly 1 week from now, in the middle of London, a place called the Pizza Express Jazz Club, I will be doing, not in the evening, because I don't want to clash with this, it might be happening again, but at lunchtime I'm doing a 1 o'clock show, something like this, only with a grand piano and maybe different songs. I don't know quite what I'm doing. I tend to not to know till I start, really. So if you want to go to the Pizza Express in Dean Street a week today at lunchtime, you can meet me personally. Now, I started the show by saying that I'm introduced as often as musical genius and sex symbol. The thing is, people tend to pick up on the sex symbol side of things, which I understand. But it does mean that another phrase, just as important in its own way, often overlooked. Of course, I'm speaking of the phrase musical genius. Now, the thing is, if you're going to be a musical genius, it's all very well knowing about Beethoven and Bach and Puccini and Tchaikovsky and Duke Ellington, of course, Louis Armstrong, the Beatles, Stevie Wonder. You've got to know about all of those. Okay? You've also got to keep up with what's going on now. Oh yes, you have. You've got to watch your VH1, haven't you? Yes. You've got to watch your MTV. You've got to watch your MTV Rocks. Oh, I was on that. Thing is, if you do watch it, sooner or later, someone is going to use that phrase. They will use it. It's a bit of a cliche. It's something like, here's such and such a song, sung by such and such a pimply teenage group, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, as soon as they start playing, you realize it's not the original version. 9 cases out of 10, the original version was better. And yet, as I say, you seem to be the only one aware of this fact. So tonight, we are in the middle of the flesh pots of Chesham here. And because you look like quite an intellectual crowd, aren't you, really? I hope you accept that from me. Yeah. Because I know it's supposed to be, a light-hearted evening of whatever, but I always think there ought to be room for a little bit of, culture. All right, not too much then, just a little bit. This was a major hit, I don't know, about a few years ago now, and time passes when you're having fun. Very, very few people seem to be aware of the fact this was indeed written as a bossa nova, which I think is the more, thorough treatment. So for you, ladies and gentlemen, the original version. Thank you. Her name is Joelle. I have a dream about her, she rings my bell. Gym class in half an hour, oh how she rocks. In kit and gym socks. She doesn't know who I am. She doesn't give a damn about me. 'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, maybe. With me. With me. Her boyfriend's a dick. Brings a gun to school and I know he'd kick my ass if he just knew he lives on my block and drives an IROC, whatever the fuck that is. She doesn't know who I am. She doesn't give a damn about me. 'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, maybe with me, with me, with me, with dum boom ding dum 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 ding ba da ba do ga de ba do go de ba ya. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, sadly brings me to my last song. I've kept it to the end because it's the final one, and there is no better reason. It's a very special song, though. I collect these songs. Most songs, ladies and gentlemen, are written by men for women. That's how it is. I don't make the rules. And in these songs, the women are always very beautiful. So she's very beautiful, and I've got her. These are called the happy songs. Okay? Then there's she's very beautiful, he's got her. They're not quite so happy there. And even occasionally she's very beautiful, but he's welcome to her. Bitch. Anyway, so here's the important thing. That very few songs, ladies and gentlemen, are written about women who are not beautiful, which is amazing, really, because actually there are more of them. See, I always look around when I say that, because men always laugh at that, whereas women tend to sit there going. Look, all I'm saying is I don't think they're getting a fair crack of the whip. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. As far as I know, I've never been involved with, not even once. I've never ever been involved with the, Conservative Party. So, anyway, so this is one of them, and it's a blues. Do we have any blues fans here tonight? Any blues? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Expecting to hear a great blues from me? No, I have no street cred. I have no expertise. Whatever you're supposed to have for the blues, I don't have it, so don't get excited. This is going to be as near to the blues as I'm ever going to get. More of a turquoise, if I'm honest, really. But a nice romantic song to end. Actually, no, it's not. It's vindictive, vicious, insulting. I've actually been told degrading. I like it. Well, thanks for coming along here and sharing what little air there is in this room with me. And until the next time, thank you again. And otherwise, it would be just, good evening, ladies and chairs, wouldn't it? And I have actually performed for an audience, and it's a little-known singular form of the. Anyway, but thanks for coming. Keep coming, because what else have you got to do in Cheshire? Let's be honest. This is like your London Palladium. This is, isn't it? Really. So keep coming. It's a wonderful institution. I love it. And well, here it is. Anyway. Bessie, 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 get your fat arm off me. Bessie, 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 get your fat arm off me. Maybe easy for you, honey, but it's darn near killing me. Bessie, get off my knee. Bessie, 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 just get off my knee and all the other knees of the men on this bus. Don't you know by now, honey, you weigh 203. that is kilos. Bessie, Bessie. You know you ugly as can be. Put a paper bag over your head when you talking to me. Bessie, Bessie, Bessie. You ugly as can be, that's why I call you Quasimodo. Wanna find yourself a fella whose age 93 maybe want you. I sure don't, that's what I'm saying. That's for the bebop fans. Bessie, Bessie, Bessie. You know I'm ever so brave. Bessie, Bessie, Bessie. Yeah, I got the purple heart and livers to match, yeah. How can I kiss you, honey, when you never shave? What a woman. Thank you, good night.
Do you know, I've often said, or I say frequently, about how different the musicians are who are here. And tonight was absolutely no exception at all.
Yes.
And I'm delighted to say so. But it's a long ride all the way back into the smoke from here. Do you think we could squeeze one more ballad from you before? On the piano, okay, we can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Earl Okin.
It's been a very strange year. This is a special year for me because I turned 70 in January, and on that birthday, I belong to Facebook. And that day, I don't know if you know what happens if you're on Facebook, but hundreds of people, some of them in Pakistan or halfway up Afghanistan, who've never ever spoken to you before but claim to be your friends, wish you happy birthday. Hundreds of them. And of course, you feel incumbent upon you to say thank you to all of them. And I was on my wall that morning for about 3 or 4 hours. But I want you to know it's a great wall. It's a beautiful wall. And Mexico's paying for it. You know that. Anyway, be that as it may, this is a song I've been trying to learn for years, and why I was not able to was because it's a very complicated set of chords. At least I thought it was, because it sounds like it starts off. If you start off like that, then it's already wrong, because it's not the major seventh at all. It's a minor seventh in a different key. So I think I've got it right now, but it's very one of those songs that you think, why can't I get this right? Well, the reason is you've got to start in the right chord. So I think I've got it now. So let's hope I can sing it. Laura is the face in the misty light. Footsteps that you hear down the hall. The love that floats on a summer night, that you can never quite recall. And you see Laura on a train that is passing through. Those eyes, how familiar they seem. She gave your very first kiss to you. That was Laura, but she's only a dream. Thank you.
Earl, thanks so much for coming out to